Middle school leaders should support students directly, but more importantly, they must support teachers so that teachers can more effectively support their students. Initially, middle school leaders should help their staff members understand the changes which are occurring in their students. It is important to expose middle school staff members to current research on adolescence. Studying and discussing articles together may be one option to do this. Next, middle school leaders should remind staff of the current good practices they are already doing, things that are based on current research. For example, many middle schools have clear posted rules and procedures so that students don't need to remember multiple steps, which is a process beyond students' mental capacity if their brain has not yet developed in that way. Also, all schools in our area take part in a grade 6 program presented by a police officer called DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, which helps students make decisions for safe and healthy living. Middle school leaders can implement school-wide or grade-wide programs. This can serve to show a commitment to research-based initiatives on the part of leadership. An example of this was when Barrhead Composite High School had an administrator who took a community-based program called It's Cool to Know Your Way in a Relationship and created a retreat setting where all grade 8 students in the school would get the relationship and decision-making training. Likewise, administrators at Pembina North Community School created a Career and Technology Foundations program, which allows middle school students to take 6 options in a school year. The fact that students are in cross-grade groups means that the older students can build relationships with and provide leadership to the younger students. When middle school leaders expose staff to research on adolescence, remind staff of the ways they are already implementing these ideas, and take the initiative themselves to implement new ideas, staff members will have direction and be empowered to initiate new ideas of their own. This happened at Neerlandia Public Christian School when the grade 8 teacher got permission to fundraise and take his students on a multi-day trip where they built relationships and engaged in healthy activities with high perceived risk like rock climbing, rappelling, traversing, and mountain biking. Finally, middle school leaders should make a commitment to staff that they will evaluate programs based on current adolescent research and follow through by telling staff how they supported a staff member's idea because it was research-based. When staff members at Dunstable School suggested that their older students, under the direction of teacher supervisors, take leadership in their extracurricular clubs, house leagues, and buddy activities, administration agreed based on the fact that this trained the adolescents in responsibility and gave them opportunities to build healthy relationships. In the end, the goal of middle school leaders should not be to force their ideas upon their staff members, but rather, middle school leaders should look to change a school culture so that relevant adolescent research is used in decision making. When a leader sees staff members doing this without the leader's direct guidance, it's a strong indication that there has been a culture change. The purpose of this presentation was not only to give steps on how middle school leaders can get their school to use adolescent brain research and programming decision making, but also to give some practical examples of school programs that are in line with research. Do you have other examples? Please share them in the comments below.
Created using Powtoon.